What's up, everyone? This is the Jose Show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Happy Wednesday and also happy Thanksgiving week, you guys. I really hope you guys get to enjoy this week, and I really hope that you guys get to enjoy your Thanksgiving tomorrow. Well, anyway, we got a lot of stuff to talk about on today's show, so now let's get started. Now, let's start off with Disney Plus. We all know that Disney Plus just launched 2 weeks ago on November 12th. And the app is becoming a huge success. The app just crashed on the very first day it launched. And of course, many people ended up getting a bunch of issues as they were trying to use the app because the app kept on freezing because of how high the use was of the app. Well, anyway, this app is bringing back a bunch of good shows like Lizzie McGuire, That's So Raven, Wizards of Waverly Place, Hannah Montana, and of course the good old Disney movies that we all know and love, just like the Cheetah Girls, Twitches, and much, much more. Well, anyway, Disney Plus isn't just gonna bring back the isn't just bringing back the good old shows and the good old movies, but it's also bringing back new shows. And by new shows, I mean reboots. Disney reboots of the good old shows. Disney Plus is going to be premiering the new Lizzie McGuire reboot, which will soon to premiere in 2020. And many people are now talking about the reboot of the hit show. Well, now it has been announced that the actor that plays Gordo, Adam Lambert, is going to be back in the show. And as we all know, Lizzie McGuire's parents are going to be back. Lizzie McGuire's little brother, Matt, is going to be back. But there is one character, one actor that is missing and that hasn't been mentioned yet to be returning in the reboot. And that happens to be Lalaine, who happens to play Miranda, Lizzie's best friend in the hit show Lizzie McGuire. She has not been announced yet to be back, and many people are speculating and many people are wondering as to why she hasn't been announced yet. Well, as we all know, Lalaine hasn't been up to much lately. She hasn't been up to anything, a huge, none of that. But many people are speculating that maybe the reason why Lalaine isn't going to be back on Lizzie McGuire is probably because, I don't know, Lizzie and some people, and this is what I hear from the internet, you guys. Some people are speculating that maybe Miranda and Hilary Duff and Lalaine aren't getting along with each other, but in real life. That's one of the rumors that I hear. That's one of the speculations that I hear from the fans as to why maybe Lalaine isn't going to be back on the reboot. It's probably because of that situation. And then other people are saying that maybe the reason why Lalaine isn't going to be back to the reboot of Lizzie McGuire is because Lalaine wasn't in the movie of the Lizzie McGuire show. She wasn't on the Lizzie McGuire movie. And we all know that Lalaine really wasn't on the Lizzie McGuire movie. But that's what people are also saying could be the reason to why Miranda isn't going to be back. But I don't know, you guys. What I personally think is that I think that Lalaine is going to be back on the show. I mean, she has to be back on the show, you guys. She is very good friends with Hilary Duff. That's what I think. And in the show, her character was really good friends with Hilary's character, who happened to be Lizzie. So, since the both of them were really good friends in the show, and Miranda did marked huge highlights on the show. She marked big highlights on the Lizzie McGuire show. She should definitely be on the reboot, and she, I believe, will be on the reboot. But maybe it's going to be a last minute announcement. Maybe they're going to announce her return as Miranda on the last minute. Maybe just to make it a big thing. Maybe. That's what I think. So I don't know, but we're just going to have to see as the months go by. And we're also going to have to see once we get to see the reboot, which will be premiering in 2020 on Disney+. Alright, you guys. Well, now, from reboots to now, exes. Yes, I know, you guys. I went there with that topic right now. Well, anyway, Colton Underwood just congratulated ex Hannah Brown for winning first place on Dancing with the Stars. The reality show star is very proud of his ex, despite the both of them are no longer together, and despite that now Colton Underwood has moved on with Casey Brown. Well, Colton Underwood seems to me that he is actually over the situation with his ex, and now it seems to me like Colton Underwood is just wishing nothing but his ex the best, and I think that's the best thing he could do. So, I mean, I'm glad that he's taking this maturely, and he's not really being, like, trying to be acting as if he's not trying to act as if he's jealous that she won and this and that. Like, I'm glad that he's not that type of guy. He's not acting that way. I think that is a really good thing, you guys. Really, because, I mean, unfortunately, there are a lot of jealous men out there that they wish their ex is the worst. It is the worst thing ever, you guys, and we have to stop that, really. Not just with men, but even with women. And we are in the 21st century, you guys. We are in 2019. We're almost in 2020. We gotta change. We gotta be better people. We gotta realize that in life some things are not for us and some things are. And if we end up breaking up with someone and that certain someone is happier, and is doing really good without you, don't go off and act cocky and be like, okay, like, this person should have been way better with me. Just accept the fact that the person that was once in your life is now doing better without you, or is doing good without you. And that is it. There is nothing you can do about it, really. Just wish them the best, and that is all. And I'm glad that Colton Underwood is kind of giving us that example that it's good to just give your ex good vibes, and just wish your ex the best, and that's it. So anyway, congratulations to Hannah Brown for winning on Dancing with the Stars. Well, anyway, now from Dancing with the Stars to now Adele. Well, as we all know, Adele has not released her highly anticipated album yet, and 2019 is almost over. Well, many people were shocked to see Adele back on Twitter. Adele was back on Twitter for the first time in a year yesterday, but it wasn't to announce new music. It was actually to let people know to vote, but in the UK. Because as we're all noticing, it is election time over in the UK, and Adele wants to encourage all of her UK fans to go out and vote, and I think that is the best thing ever. I think that there is nothing great than to have one of the biggest pop stars in the world, like Adele or Taylor Swift, because even Taylor Swift has been encouraging people to vote. Well, not for the UK, but she has in the past. Well, anyway, I feel like I think it's the best thing ever that these huge stars are actually encouraging their own fans to go out and vote, because I feel like they have the power, okay? They have the power because they have the millions of fans, and also because many fans out there are actually going to listen to these high profile celebs, because these high profile celebs, these high level pop stars, are highly loved, they're highly favorited, and since they're highly loved and they're highly favorited, they're actually go they're they're actually going to be listened to so much because of how because basically there's just that connection. Okay, there's just that connection with the huge star and the fans. Okay, it's not just the love, but it's also the connection. So I think it was for the best that Adele got to go out and tell her fans, her UK fans, to go out and vote, because, like I said, they'll listen. They'll listen, and there's a huge love and connection right there. Well, anyway, many people went onto Twitter and they went off and kind of went after her, but not in a bad way. But they were telling Adele that, well, not telling Adele, but they were saying that the reason why Adele is back on Twitter is because she's afraid to have her account automatically deleted. Because now Twitter has now announced this new rule that um, if someone gets to leave their own Twitter page abandoned for a few months, their page will get deleted automatically from Twitter. That's one thing that I heard, and I personally think that's a great thing, because I mean, hey, why on earth are you even letting these people? Why on earth are you even letting these people have a Twitter if they're not even using it? Well, anyway, yeah. So, anyway, Adele finally went back onto Twitter and she told people and encouraged people to go and vote. But I personally also think that Adele was back on Twitter to tell her fans that, well, she was back on Twitter to basically save her page from getting deleted, because, I mean, it would be a huge loss if she were to get her page deleted as a huge pop star. So, possibly that could be the reason, but I'm so glad that Adele is, like I said, encouraging all of her fans to vote. Well, anyway, from Adele encouraging her UK fans to vote, to now Selena Gomez. As we all know, the American Music Awards were on Sunday, and I know I'm a bit late on this because the American Music Awards were like 3 days ago, but still. And since the American Music Awards were on Sunday, Selena Gomez, I mean, of course, she ended up performing because she just released new music recently. And as Selena Gomez, not only did she get to perform, but she got to open the show. And as she got to open the show, she got to perform her 2 hits, Lose You to Love Me and Look at Her Now. And right when Look at Her Now started to play, and right when it was Selena Gomez's time to, start dancing and start moving around in the stage, many fans were not very pleased with Selena Gomez's moves on stage. Many people were criticizing Selena Gomez's moves, and they were saying that she wasn't dancing enough and all of this and that. But the Selenators, a lot of the other Selenators, I guess I can say it, went off to defend Selena Gomez's dance moves. And they were basically praising Selena for dancing around on stage, and yeah. So I personally think that Selena Gomez, I mean, she was killing it on stage, you guys, and she was making a great comeback, and she was doing the best thing ever. That's what I think, because first off, I mean, she's been gone for the past 4 years now, okay? And for her to be back and for her to come back with these great bangers, with these great songs, and for her to come back with, you know, with this happiness in her face and with this bright mood, I feel like it's a goal. I feel like it's something that is a winner already to me. And her dance moves, I feel like they weren't all that bad. I feel like they were all right. You know, especially coming from someone that just had surgery a few years ago. Like 1 or 2 years ago. No, it was like a year ago actually when she had the surgery. Like, especially coming from someone that just had surgery a year ago for a kidney transplant. Um, You know, I mean, she wasn't doing bad at all, you know? So I think it was best for her to not move all that much because of her surgery that she just had. And I feel like she is trying to take care of herself, and I feel like she was just trying to do the best that she could do. So that is all I can say, you guys. But yeah, anyway, that is oh, and one more thing I have to cover for the show before I go. The Grammy nominations were just announced last Wednesday. And yes, I know I'm a bit late on this too. And Lizzo happened to be the most nominated artist of the ceremony, scoring 8 nominations for Album of the Year, um, Best Pop Solo, Record of the Year, and Song of the Year, and Best Pop Vocal Album, and Best R and Best Hip Hop, and then Best R&B, and many, many more. But she scored a lot of great nominations, you guys. Billie Eilish scored 6 nominations. Lil Nas X scored 6 nominations, and Ariana Grande scored 5 nominations. Ariana scored for Album of the Year, Record of the Year, Best Pop Solo, Best Pop Vocal Album, and Best Pop / Group Performance. So congratulations to all of the nominees on the ceremony. I am so proud of all these people that got to score lots of nominations. I really hope the best for everyone, especially for Ariana, especially now that Ariana finally got her chance into getting those top category nominations at last. Congratulations, girl. I know you're going to do good on the Grammys. I wish you lots of luck. So, yeah, I am so happy, and I personally predicted that Ariana was going to get this much nominations, you guys. I personally predicted this was going to happen anyway, so I'm not pretty surprised, but I am pretty happy. But I am pretty surprised, though, that Lizzo got so many nominations because, I mean, I did expect a few nominations from her, but not, like, so much, like 8. Like, that's crazy, you know? So yeah, I am just so proud of these these nominees, and that's all I gotta say. And let's see what happens next, and let's see who's gonna win on the Grammys on January 26th. And yeah, so anyway, you guys do not miss the Grammys, which are on CBS on January 26th of 2020. It is going to be a killer of a night, so please, you guys, do not miss it. Anyway, you guys, that is it for today's show, and I am so glad I got to be here with you guys today, and I'm so glad I got to announce the Grammy nominations, and I'm so glad I got to tell you guys a bunch of other stuff about what went on lately, even though I haven't done it lately, but now I have. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are the best. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys get to enjoy that turkey, and definitely enjoy it with your friends and with your family, because that is something very special, and that is something that you should definitely that you should definitely remember. So, anyway, you guys, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and until next time.